Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little bit different, but honestly, super fun. We're going to break down a perfectly structured Sunday routine that actually doubles as an absolute masterclass in practical English vocabulary. We're analyzing this really charming story about a panda and their friends to see exactly how a simple, everyday narrative can literally be the ultimate tool for grasping descriptive and action-oriented language.
But before we really jump into the source material, I want you to ask yourself, what makes a perfect Sunday? I mean, is it relaxing, exploring outside, eating amazing food, or just hanging out with friends? Well, that's exactly the wholesome kind of journey our animal friends are exploring today. And by looking at their day, we're getting a blueprint not just for a fantastic weekend, but for mastering the foundational language of daily life.
Okay, let's just quickly run through today's itinerary, which maps out this cozy, highly structured day. We've got 1. Waking up and breakfast. 2. Playing at the park. 3. Lunch and a movie. 4. The royal cart ride. 5. Fishing in the canal. And finally, 6. Dinner and bedtime.
Let's think about the timeline of this whole thing, moving from morning to noon, through the afternoon, and right into the evening. This gives the narrative a highly predictable flow, providing a chronological framework that really helps us understand natural language sequencing. You always know exactly where you are in the day, which is exactly why this source material is so incredibly effective for building comprehension.
All right, let's get into Section 1, Waking Up and Breakfast. Time to start the day right.
So the sun is shining and our animal friends are just waking up. And there's always that one friend, in this case, a super sleepy monkey who is famously begging for just 5 more minutes. As they start getting moving, we get this perfect sequence of daily action verbs. First, they stretch out that sleepiness, really noting that stretching makes them feel awake. Then it's brushing teeth with funny bubbles and washing their faces. Finally, they throw on their jackets, which actually includes this great little moment of cooperation when one character is struggling with some tricky laces and another just steps right in to help. It maps so perfectly to real-world morning tasks.
Now, what's really cool here is how the text uses fun onomatopoeia to build auditory connections. As they wake up, they hear the birds outside singing tweet tweet. When they wash their faces, we get the splash splash of the nice, refreshing water. These sound words are huge. They make the vocabulary stick because they instantly trigger our auditory memory.
And then, to enrich our descriptive vocabulary even further, specific sensory adjectives are paired up with each character's breakfast preference. So Panda enjoys bamboo bread that looks tasty. Monkey, of course, goes for bananas that are sweet, while Bunny has carrots that are distinctly crunchy and fresh. They even remind each other to drink their water slowly and eat slowly, just savoring the yummy food until they're totally full. It's such an effective way to link specific foods directly to their tactile and taste descriptions.
Moving on to Section 2, Playing at the Park. Let's go explore nature. With full stomachs, the friends grab their little duck companion, who, by the way, adds a very cheerful quack, and they head outside. This outdoor exploration showcases a really vibrant list of nature vocabulary. They don't just see flowers, right? They see yellow and red flowers that are pretty. They notice birds eating small seeds and fish in the water that are both small and fast. They also spot butterflies of many colors. All this layered descriptive language helps paint a super vivid mental picture of their peaceful surroundings.
While they're playing, we also hear some really important directional and safety phrases. The monkey starts climbing higher and higher up, which naturally prompts the others to use essential cautionary language. Phrases like, "Careful," "Don't fall," and "Just be careful up there, little one," are absolutely critical everyday expressions for looking out for one another.
Up next is Section 3, Lunch and a Movie, comparing practical and sensory foods. After all that playing around, the friends naturally get hungry and head indoors. Now, this gives us a fantastic opportunity to compare practical lunch items to the sensory experience of being in a movie theater. For lunch, they lean on staples, rice, sweet bananas, fresh water, and carrots. But once the movie starts, the vocabulary completely shifts to highlight the sensory delight of theater snacks. The popcorn smells good, and it's described as crunchy and warm. The movie itself is described visually and emotionally as bright, fun, and very funny. It's just a great contrast between the everyday fuel of a practical meal and the complete indulgence of movie treats.
All right, Section 4, the Royal Cart Ride. Time for a grand adventure. So the excitement of the day really peaks as they head back outside and board the big royal horse cart. The language here immediately shifts to emphasize excitement and group instruction. Someone calls out, "Hold on tight, everyone. Yay, let's go." And we hear this nice reassurance as the group is told, "Hold tight, Panda. I've got you all." It perfectly captures the energy of starting a big group activity, where staying safe and having a blast go hand in hand. As the horse guides them along, they take a small break just to admire the beautiful, peaceful jungle around them. The vocabulary here reinforces the sheer scale and beauty of their environment. They make sure to note the cart is huge, the jungle birds are colorful, and the flowers are beautiful. It's this really serene moment of appreciation, right smack in the middle of a thrilling ride.
Which brings us to Section 5, Fishing in the Canal, Learning Patience and Instruction.
Arriving at the canal with their rods and baskets completely ready to go, we get to see a process described using instructional adverbs. Look at how these actions are modified. They don't just tie the hook, they tie it carefully. They don't just throw the line, they throw it gently into the water. And most importantly, they discuss how patience is important if they actually want to catch a big fish. This is such a great way to teach learners how to describe the manner in which an action should be performed. After Monkey and Bunny successfully catch some fish, and remember to be gentle with the line, of course, they pack up their baskets, they enjoy a quick apple for a snack, express how much fun they just had, and practice some really great social etiquette by making sure to thank the horse for the ride home. And finally, Section 6, Dinner and Bedtime, Winding down the day. Arriving back at the panda's beloved treehouse, I want you to notice how the evening chores are framed as these fun, cooperative activities. They wash their hands with splashy cold water before eating. Then they divide up the cooking tasks. One cooks the bamboo rice while another peels the carrots. They point out that cleaning is fun with friends as they tidy up together, which leaves them plenty of time to play a fun game, take turns, and just enjoy each other's company. It's a brilliant way to frame everyday routines through a lens of positive collaboration. The day then elegantly concludes with some highly descriptive sensory experiences. As they get ready for sleep, they brush gently, really noting the minty flavor of the toothpaste. The duck gives a sleepy quack, and they focus on getting comfortable for bed. The narrative winds down perfectly with a gentle round of good night and sleep well, beautifully mirroring that quiet, heavy energy you feel at the end of a long, fulfilling day. So, to wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question based on everything we've just uncovered. From the crunchy carrots of the morning to the minty toothpaste at night, this Panda Sunday is entirely built on rich, descriptive language. So, how would you describe your own morning-to-night routine using these kinds of descriptive English words? Take a second to really think about the textures, the sounds, and the tastes of your day. Thank you so much for joining me on this wholesome and educational journey, and keep looking for those perfect descriptive words in your own daily routines. Catch you next time.